Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Owen here. Today we are going to be taking down the next mission in the legendary GT Goku event, and that mission is going to be the Power Absorption category team. You can see here, this is the team that we're going to be rocking with. Just kind of taking the best units I have on the category, as my options are a little bit limited in this category, but you see this team is definitely serviceable, and towards the end, with the guaranteed crits that we will be getting with Android 13, he will kind of make up for the type disadvantage, and items can also help counteract that. So, without further ado, let's hop right in. So, right off the bat, we have a decent opening rotation, but we have to make sure that we can get a stack off for our boy Tanks. So let's do this, right? Grab these, then grab these, and then we will have enough to do an 18 key super attack. So hopefully we do not finish the job off within these first two, but if we do, it's not the end of the world. The hardest part is definitely going to be the grade 8 portion, but once we get through that, I definitely think it's going to be smooth sailing from there on out. This LR Super 17 is pretty good, man. I mean, say what you want, right? Like, my boy's hitting 4.5 mil. It's not terrible. It's like, what like the gripes that people have with Super 17, you've heard 1,000 times already. It's like, why are they going to make a unit in this game that relies so heavily, or is just like, not even relies on anything, but he's just built weird, right? Like, the GT bosses category, it's a Shadow Dragon team essentially, and our leader is an android. And to top it off, as you probably know already, the android options we have for GT are not even on the category. So it's like Super 17, sure, he's a GT boss, but what about the 17s that could link up with him? Like, when you don't have those, it definitely sucks. So it's a tricky spot you'll find yourself in. So let's see, 242k defense from Super 17. Sheesh. All right, that's not bad. Yeah, let's do this so we can get a little bit more key per cell, huh? Don't make a difference. I should have just went with what I had, huh? Excuse me. 12 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm yawning. Hopefully with this upload, it doesn't take me like 4 uploads to get it right. The last, the Battle of Wits team that I did, it took like, I had to upload it like 3 separate times just because my audio kept messing up. Like, I did the, at first the music was too loud and I was like, okay, let me lower this a little bit. Then when I did the tweak, I accidentally raised the music to 15 decibels, which if you don't know in Premiere Pro is the max level. So then it was just ear rape from the music. So obviously I am not going to keep that up on the channel. So I'm hoping that we can get the Super 17 active skill in the video. I do think, you know, it's a longer event, so we will be able to. I forget exactly what the condition is, but I do know that on the, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, you know what I could do? Maybe later on what I'll do is set up the rotation where I have Tanks with Buhan. Maybe that'll do it. Because then you don't have... There's no big bad bosses. I don't think any of the Tech Boo has big bad bosses, so that definitely could make things a little bit trickier. But I don't foresee any major issues with it, at least. Like, you know, big bad bosses is nice, but it's not a necessity to get this run done because Tanks, you know, pound for pound is probably going to be your best unit. Alright, so now this is where things become a little bit tricky, right? Because we have our boy Super Android 13, not by choice, let me add. So, Super 17, I mean, he's still at 177. It's not terrible. Let me, I'm going to reset real quick. We'll try and make this quick. So we can have, what's what I'm looking for? So we can put, we can link up all the units, right? Because Super 17 has type advantage, so let's throw him in the source slot, right? Alright, get to see this animation again for any Android 13 fans out there. I'm sure they're few and far between, but they exist, I'm sure. So here's what I want to do, right? Set it up like that. Now we're talking. The key per hit activated, because that's a cool thing to do to make it up to random chance to get key. Yeah. Real good proc there, game. At least his animations are good. I'll give it that, right? So my Android 13 is at 79%, so he should be able to get the job done in here, but the last phase is definitely going to be tricky. Okay, that stings, but thankfully we have our boy in Cell, so he will be able to heal us up prematurely. But we are nowhere near 30% HP yet, so. And with all these boo action going around, you see we'll heal up pretty quick, so that's cool. Just trying to raise that defense. That's priority one. So right now we're at 253, and we're going to get a raise right here. So we're nowhere near smooth sailing yet, but we're getting there. So what I'll probably end up having to do on the boo. What turn are we on? We're on Super Saiyan 2 right now. Yeah, we're definitely going slow. But what we'll do is for the Super Saiyan, the Grade 8, Golden Grade 8 phase, we'll use probably use a Whis. And then we'll try and save the items until we absolutely have to use them, right? So, in theory, what I'm doing, like, here's just what's going through my head. I did this run off camera last night just to make sure I kind of had a basis team, so I knew what I was doing when I came in here for the recording today. And what ended up happening was I tried bringing Mira, right? The Mira that stacks his defense, but like if you don't put him on the rotation, which I didn't end up doing, he just does not stack up nearly fast enough. So what I'm doing is trying a strategy that involves Super 17 rather than running like double boo tanks in the rotation, and then it lets me have like consistent defense in the first couple slots or in the rotations here. And what I'll probably end up doing when we get towards the end is just throwing the regular Super 17, the non-LR, into the rotation with Android 13 here. So that's 2 turns in a row now that Android 13 has gotten us damn near killed, because they keep throwing the super on the one unit that can't get supered. But thankfully, with both of our boot tanks, we are getting the 18 key almost every go around, so the defensive raising is going to be just fine. So if we can get a lot of physical orbs right here, the healing that we get with the boos, plus whenever we see Cell again, I don't think his next turn though. We shall see. Yeah, so next turn, if we don't heal up enough, we are going to be getting our boy Super 17 or Super Perfect Cell on the action. I always forget his name. The Cell transformation's coming out. We'll just go with that, huh? No need to check defense. We know it's in the 300k range. And I don't know if Super 17's been hit yet, if we're being honest. I'm thinking we're not going to be able... Yeah, we're definitely... we're actually not at 30%, so we're probably not going to heal it with Cell, which I don't mind, so that way we can get it later. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if we might reach that point where if we get to under 30%, like, we might just die on that turn anyway. So it's kind of a tough call, right? I think we'll be fine on this. Yeah, okay. But that is going to confirm we're going to get the heal with Cell, which is okay. Now we know we have the damage reduction with Super 17, so all is well. So now what I can do... Do we want to keep it like this? Yeah. So now they have Big Bad Bosses is active for Cell. Who has higher defense? 17 does. I mean, Android 13 has a respectable number of defense here. I mean, that's not bad. 214, all things considered, not bad at all. Let's avoid the type orb so we can get the Dokkan attack next turn. Still getting key when he's getting hit, huh? Okay. So now we're going to be guaranteed we're going to be getting the Dokkan attack next turn, and then I will probably pop a Whis just to assure that if he does end up doing a super attack, we are in not in harm's way. All right, so let's go ahead and bring out. Am I in silent mode? I am. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring out our boy Super Boo, and I will do that active skill, and I'll be right back. All right, now that we have Super Boo out, we can have some fun. Let's pop a Whis just to be safe. Worst case scenario, he doesn't super attack, but we are out of harm's way. I don't think, knowing our luck, he'll super attack in that last slot, but I've seen this Boo take like 400, 500k from that super attack, so I am not playing games with it. I'm just going to take the no shame approach in the usage of items, because I mean, you look at this team, it's damn good, but just not. I don't have the right units set up for a power absorption no item run. I mean, I definitely have the team to beat it, but a no item run is definitely a little bit trickier. So we're just gonna take it. We're just gonna lick our wounds, use items, not a big deal, as long as there is a mission guide or a kind of a guide up for your viewing pleasure here. I'll be satisfied with it. So it is what it is, right? All right. Yeah, now that we've reached Super Boo, like we're really starting to get there with these turns just being perfectly like set to go. And we will see if the item was a mistake or not. I don't think it'll end up being one, but you never know. With all the physical firepower we have here, this event takes a few turns, or this phase takes a couple turns, so there's a good chance that we come back to this turn without an item active, and I'm not going to be popping 2 Whis, so we got to save those. Yep, it was smart. See, the Whis helps us because with the Dokkan attack, we're back up to full strength. So what we're going to do is go ahead and do this, and we will save the 13 active skill for later on. We just don't need it right now. We'll go ahead and play out this turn like this with the type advantage. Type advantage in a Whis, I'm not worried at all. An additional there would have been nice, but that's all right. 4.7, huh? This is 55%. Woo. All right, looking like we're going to be getting out of here in 3 turns. Yep, perfect. We will take it all day. And we're not going to use that active skill. Not yet. It's too early. So what we're hoping here for is that this 4 million is enough, and if we get an additional one of them crits, so that way we can get up on out of this phase, and the nightmare is over. We are not going to get it. We're gonna live though. All right. Now we're into kind of into the tricky part. So I think this is where we say our tearful goodbyes to Mr. Super 17. So 200k defense, huh? Okay, so let's do it like this. And then we're going to do that. And then this. I'm going to get ballsy and not pop an item right here. I want to try and conserve it. So we know if he supers Super 17, it's not going to do 500k. Or not Super 17. If he super attacks Super 13, it's not going to do 500k. So the hope here is that he supers this Bootanks, and if he supers this Bootanks, we're in the clear. And, with the triple super, that's going to help us do a lot of damage. I think it'll finally be time to bring out our boy Buhan coming into next turn. So Bootanks did his job with the triple super. Now it's up to these guys to kind of pull their weight. I am getting ballsy here going no item. All right, so this is the moment of truth, right? Yeah, we're good. Okay. I don't foresee him doing 70k per normal, unlike the 200k defense we have right here. So what we got to do is pop an 8er and get our health back so we can fuse with boot tanks. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So now what we want to do is do this. Get that 8er going. And then we are going to go ahead and do the Boo active skill. I'm just going to let this one play out because this audio you hear a lot more often than the one like Super Boo or the Super 17 one that we're going to do. So we'll just let this one play out as I talk over it. Not a big deal. So I'm thinking, like, especially with the item going, we should be smooth sailing right here. So we are sitting pretty at 820k defense. Is that good? I don't know. I'm asking for a friend. So we'll go ahead and let Buhan do his thing. Hopefully get a double super here. If you hear some noise in the back, it's my chair. Alright. Boom. We'll take that. And any extra damage here helps. So I think what I might do, now that we've gotten past this phase, I think what I'm going to do is link up Cell with Buhan now. And we're just going to float the androids entirely. Especially considering once we get to the tech phase, that Cell active skill is going to be helpful. So now that we're kind of cruising, moving, we're going to be looking at, I don't know, 20 turns, 21 turns. So let's go ahead and throw our boy in here. And then we'll again do the active skill. We'll pull out our Boo tanks. And Cell's going to be sitting nice and pretty at 258k defense, I believe, even with Boo tanks out. So we are in a very good spot. Yeah, so he's at 258. Boo tanks is at 530. We got that's double digits for sure. Nothing to worry about there. But there is the off chance, knock on wood, that he does super our boy Super 13 again. And so far, considering that we're going into the last fight with 2 items, I'm feeling very good about where we're at. Oh yeah. Utter domination. Now, does Super 13 have, or does Super 17 have big bad bosses? He does not. Okay. So let's set it up like this. Yeah, okay, so this might be the last time we see Super 17. Maybe, probably not. But just in case, let's go ahead and cut to the active skill audio, and I'll be right back. Alright, just wanted to make sure we got that in there, just in case. I can't say with 100% certainty that's going to be the last time we see him, but there's that chance. So let's run the risk, right? I don't think a super is going to do 500k to our boy Super 17, so let's just kind of rock out like this. I mean, you're seeing it. We're at like 500k defense. Buhan is just such a monster, man. It's ridiculous how good this unit is. Him and Vegito both are just aging so well. You know, the Boo team is a lot of fun. It's got so much healing. Like you wouldn't believe it, man. It's like extra items how much they heal. All right, that's fine. Yep. All right. Now, we'll be seeing Super 17 again. He has a way of like knowing. It's like, okay, one unit here, I don't want to get super to Super 17. And you know what he does? He goes in Super 17. Dokkan, man, it's something else. So let's go ahead and heal up. And then we will we gotta do one more cut here. So let's go do the cell active skill, and that'll be the last bit of audio that you hear for the video. Okay, so that was the cell active skill. I'm sure you've seen it a bunch of times, but for the sake of the video, we will make sure that we get it in there. You see we have a lot of attacks coming here, but we do have an item active, so I'm not too worried about it. With our boy Air, we should be just fine. Go ahead and get a couple supers in here. Like, so I got 7 orbs for cell, right? I forget, like let me pull this up. I say this in my videos all the time, but like the one thing about playing Dokkan or JP Dokkan is that sometimes it is tough to keep up with every single bit of every passive if you're not looking at the wiki all the time. And I look at the wiki a lot, but not enough to memorize these passives every time. It's just key spheres, so he got that additional 20%. So if we had gotten one more, we got another attack plus 20%. But that's okay. Maybe we'll get lucky again after this. All right, so this is where we got to be careful. So Super 17's at 240k. Let's err on the side of caution and pop a Whis, because he's going to be taking a lot of hits, and I don't want to break up our rotations here. But I do think we should be okay. Yep, that's big. Okay, the triple super. Buhan, he wants to win, so that's cool. Nice. You love to see it. I also want you to keep note of this run, how every single time I like put a unit in a certain spot to try and say like, oh, I hope they don't get supered, they've gotten supered so far. So, you know, you just got to know that these are how these events work. They just like to be a colossal pain in the ass. Like, it's like, oh, you're making the right decision, or you're trying to value your rotations. Oh, good luck, because we are going to bend you over with super attacks. So most of my item usage has come after super attack, not before. So here it comes. You ready? It's coming. No? Okay, perfect. Save me the fucking trouble. Do that. I'm not too worried about getting that much with him. And I think with the press of that orb, we should have this completed. Power absorption is not too bad, especially with items. It's a very powerful team. I, unfortunately, am on the bad end of the cells in my box. I only really have like the LR cell done. I do have physical cell, but obviously he is not on power absorption because, yeah, he's not on there. And it makes it a little bit tougher to get this done. But you see here, we got through it relatively easily. Like tech cell, I have him. Int cell, I have him. But those units have kind of aged a little bit. They're still good for EZAs, but when you put them into these longer and harder events, it definitely can be tricky using them around. But you see here, this was the power absorption Goku legendary. I'm sorry, let me start that over again. This was the power absorption GT legendary Goku event run. The mission I've had completed for a while, but I do want to have a run up on the channel. A little bit slower of a team, but nonetheless, we managed to get it done. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'm out.